I am Deus Legend here for Xbox Live Network, here to give you a video review of NCAA Football 2013. Here I will overview the main changes for the game that are totally new. The new change here this year is the Heisman Challenge, where you can play with different Heisman Trophy winners of the past, play through their career, through college, and meet certain goals to win your Heisman Trophy. More on that in a moment. I have a career here for Robert Griffin III at Baylor. Here you get different goals here to the right. Pretty much chasing Robert here. Pretty much recreate your Heisman winner's biggest moments by completing each of these goals here. You have the Heisman Watch here, where you can look at the Heisman Trophy race to see where you rank and stack up against the others. You have leaderboards, where you can check the leaderboards for against people online, see how many touchdowns and yards they are getting. Here you have your Heisman score, which goes towards your Heisman Trophy. Pretty much you unlock these different goals here, and it goes towards your score, and it'll help you most likely win the Heisman Trophy. Here you have my highlights. You can set the game up to automatically save highlights, and later you can upload them to EA Sports website to view them on your computer and share with your friends. And here we have Heisman videos, pretty much videos you unlock throughout your career, and ESPN top stories, polls, and conference lookout. Pretty much these are same things from the Dynasty mode. Stat and records, the Heisman setup, and others here. To outline a few changes for Road to Glory, you can come in and create your player. You can set their name, position, tendencies, secondary position, home state, your high school name. They also added several different new high school stadiums you can pick from. Pretty much a small, medium, or large for each region of the US, Northeast, Southeast, Southwest, or Northwest. You can choose up to about 20 different uniform styles and set custom colors. You can set your appearance and also your equipment. Pretty much outside of this mode has remained basically the same. Okay, here we'll look at a overview of the Dynasty mode changes and the recruiting. Pretty much you'll come to the front screen here. It looks pretty much the same. Then the Coach Central, where you can view your goals that you have to meet to keep your job pretty much. And your job security, see where you rank against the other coaches in the NCAA. And you have ESPN top stories, top 25 polls. You see Georgia's currently number 3. We're 3-0 right now. And you can see your conference standings, Heisman Watch, championship contenders. This is something new here, where it gives you an outlook of championship contenders in a 4-year look here, and see where they rank your team in 4 years. Pretty much adds to your championship contender rating for recruiting. Then you have players of the week, and go to team management, stats, dynasty setup, my NCAA. Alright, let's look at recruiting here and see what changes we've made here. You look at my school, pretty much gives you a breakdown of the ratings your school has. You can look at playing style and see which grade it gives for different playing styles your team uses. You have playing time, pretty much ranks each position on what playing time will be if you're recruiting for that position. Proximity to home, conference prestige, pretty much ranked on where the teams in your conference are ranked in the BCS. Then again, the championship contender ratings here. Pro potential, pretty much how many players from your school have been drafted to the NFL. TV exposure, that changes every week based on how many national games you get, along with stadium atmosphere, tradition, and campus lifestyle. All these ratings change based on how your team is actually performing, and also athletic facilities and academic prestige. All those are tied to how your team performs. And coach stability and prestige goes along with how successful your coach is, with how many games he win or lose, how many bowls, etc. Now let's look at actually recruiting here. Just sort players through positions or overall ratings. That's something new as well. The players actually have overall ratings that the game gives you. Here we can go and recruit a player. Pretty much pick a pitch, and you can find whether they're interested, or you can make a promise to the player. Here we'll give a pitch for that. Pretty much a prospect's choice. They'll pick randomly what they want to talk about and give you a score accordingly. And the other categories here from other games that you can select from. Okay, let's go over scouting a prospect here. Here it'll scout the prospect, give you different overall ratings on different attributes for the player. Here you can see the guy is 63% scouted, and he's projected to be 80 overall, but lost 5 points because we scouted him and he wasn't up to par, so he lost 5 overall points. Here's another player here. He's now 100% scouted. He's projected to be 80 overall, but lost 2 points. He was originally 82 when I first put him on my board. Another player here. And let's try another. This player here was 78 overall. He gained 5 points through scouting. Scouting can either decrease or increase a player's overall rating, and a player that was originally projected to be lower, sometimes you'll find a gem that you recruit. Alright, and let's check out some actual gameplay footage for the game here. This is pretty much part 2 to our part 1 video that's on YouTube already. Here you'll see we have a game track that comes after halftime, after the opening kickoff. It goes over the highlights that happened from the first half of the game.
More and more as this game goes on, he's really throwing the ball with some purpose.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Let's run a play action here. And it was incomplete, but let's check out his studio update here.
Here's an update from the
One of the new features for presentation are studio updates. We're going to give you updates based on games in your dynasty going on. Also note the ticker at the bottom of the screen that updates scores and score updates throughout the whole game for you.
28-24. In another game, let's take a look at some action in the ACC. It felt as if the game rested on every play. Wake Forest gets the W, 20-17.
Change it up, take some risks.
From the 42-yard line.
Let's check out this play here, see how it turns out.
They try the right
Looks like a
side.
touchdown for Georgia.
He's at the 20. Touchdown, Georgia. Oh,
Here we can check out the nice replays we have in the game. They use great camera angles so you can see the action, and the camera focuses on what you should be looking at.
The offense will take over at the 19-yard line.
We'll see South Carolina on offense here. And also check out another studio update. I've noticed for some games they're more frequent, and for other games they're not very frequent. So it just depends on the caliber of games you have in a week you're playing. If you have a lot of top school matchups, you'll get multiple updates during a game. If you don't, you won't get as many.
Back to the live action here.
I think everybody in the stadium felt that hit. He really laid some lumber there.
Okay, we're getting towards the end of the game here, and we'll see if Georgia can convert the third here to keep possession of the ball. Looks like they did not get it. They will have to punt here.
Around the 48-yard line.
I don't think the play developed the way it was supposed to.
They'll get the ball with the change of
Alright, let's see if South Carolina can actually come back in the game here
They're down a touchdown, and there is
and
less
score a
than
touchdown
minute
to
left.
win the
There's
game
no
possibly.
time to waste.
Also note the game is on Heisman mode here, or difficulty.
Reed, back to
And
throw.
it looks like they were intercepted, ending all hopes that they will win the game here. Looks like Georgia will cruise to a victory here.
Yeah, he just made a huge play right there. He knew what was coming all along.
Looks like the Bulldogs have won here, 21-10.
This one's in the books. The Bulldogs with the victory, 21-10.
Okay, we'll wrap up our NCAA Football 13 review here and basically break it down to a few categories, including presentation, gameplay, graphics, improvements, and game modes. Pretty much on a note for a game mode overview, pretty much the only new mode we got is the Heisman Challenge mode. Pretty much, if you like Road to Glory, Heisman Challenge will be a good mode for you to play. You can play through several past Heisman Trophy winners, Heisman years, and see if you can earn the Heisman Trophy yourself. Other game modes pretty much seemed untouched, except for Dynasty. They did add recruiting and scouting to it. The recruiting was changed a bit, where you have different options for swaying the pitches and picking prospect's choice, among minor things. In the presentation department, the game really has a great presentation. You have all the camera cuts from ESPN themselves, all the swipes, the replay, camera angles. You have the studio updates, the ESPN bottom line. They went all out with the presentation, and I'm pretty satisfied with how they did the presentation for this game, and wish they would copy over a lot of elements over to Madden and really add these things in there to give Madden more of an authentic feel. But the NCAA really goes to the point where you can appreciate what they've done with the presentation. For the graphics, they did improve the graphics. The lighting is a bit better, like different motion blurs you can see during the replays. The camera angles are much improved. Really like what I saw there for that. For the gameplay, pretty much, I would say the gameplay is a much more polished version of NCAA 12. The few changes, like the passing trajectories, you can tell the ball goes over defenders. If you throw a soft pass or lob versus a bullet, you can tell the difference there and where the ball goes. And to compare it to last year, pretty much, if you played NCAA 12, 13 will feel similar, but it's more fine-tuned. Pretty much, I really like where they went with the gameplay. It feels really smooth. It's not very glitchy. You won't find many hitches, and we do recommend getting the game if you like football. And the game is enough to hold you over at least till Madden or possibly in the long term. But we do suggest getting the game and even playing with us in our online dynasty. We are taking recruits to play with us, so if you would like to do that, you can leave a comment, or you can go to our website and leave a comment there, or just contact us anyway, and we'll be glad to add you and play with you. Well, there we are. Hope you guys enjoyed our review for NCAA Football 13. Be sure to check out our website at xboxlivenetwork.com.